I know. Babe, why you stressed? Say what? Okay.
Beginning of the end. Beginning of the end. Beginning of the end. Beginning of the end. It's the beginning of the end. Of the end. It's the beginning of the end. Of the end. Beginning of the end. How can we gain control?
Why do we grieve? Why do we hurt? Why do we love? Why do we stress? Why do we cry? Why do we fuss? Why do we fight? Why do we hate? Why is it broke? How did we break? I'm keeping my faith. We making mistakes. Yeah, love, like loyalty. Tell me what's the meaning when all I do is yell at you. All you do is screaming. Don't even have no reason. Saying I've been deceiving, giving you all I got, but you swear you're being mistreated. I tell you that you're beautiful, you don't even believe me. Lately it's insecurity. What happened to security? Living life in purity, home and good stability. All this back and forth when all I want is tranquility. Ooh.
Beginning of the end. Beginning of the end. Beginning of the end.
Let's go.
Beginning of the end. Of the end. It's the beginning of the end. Of the end. Beginning of the end. How can we gain control? What if I told you I loved you? Next thing I say I don't need you. Tell you that you can come with me. Turn around and I just leave you. This is how you make me feel daily, baby. Craving for the smile that you once gave me. Lately I'm lost, feeling so cold. Reach out my hand for nothing to hold. I want you so bad, but you cannot see that. You think I'm complaining, but I just want us back. What can I do to make you understand my love is true? Repair the damage that we put us through. You say that I always run, but it's you I run to. We need to gain control, me and you. Beginning of the end. Beginning of the end. Beginning of the end.
Let's
It's the
go.
beginning of the end. Of the end. It's the beginning of the end. Of the end. Beginning of the end. How can we gain control? So what do we do now?
Let's try and start from the ground, build the house back up.
How do we fix this?
Let's reach in the past, go back to the love.
Okay, I'm listening.
I promise, girl, you won't hurt no more. When you're lost in the dark no more.
Beginning of the end. Beginning of the end. Beginning of the end. It's the beginning of the end. Of the end. It's the beginning of the end. Of the end. Beginning of the end. How can we gain control? Of the end.
Welcome to White Lies and Purple Truths. Before we begin today's topic, I ask that you close your eyes and allow the tonality of my voice to elevate you as I grant you spiritual access into my thoughts, my experiences, and my teachings. I speak into existence healing over your mind, your body, your heart, and your soul, so that you may vibrate on the highest frequencies. I manifest love and light over you during this journey of truth and discovery. You are worthy of the life you desire. You are powerful in your ability to transform. You are open to receive the activations within my messages. Open your eyes and let's begin. morning, and thank you for tuning in to Destini Unfiltered. Today I want to talk to you about taking your time for granted. Taking your time for granted. And I'm going to tell you a story. So I was traveling. I think I was going to Colombia. I was traveling to Colombia. And that's a whole nother story, but I was driving to Colombia, and I only had so much time to get all of the things that I needed done to prepare me for this flight. So I knew I had to get my nails done. I needed to do all of these different things, all this running around. And I knew what time I needed to leave to get to the airport. So I had a friend at this time told me that she needed her locks changed. There was a situation and she just needed the locks changed, but she was unable to do that. And me overextending myself, which I'll get into that as well, that is a big challenge in my journey, overextending myself. I said, yeah, I can take care of it, but I knew my time was limited. I knew that I only had a certain amount of time to get things taken care of. So I said, yes, I'll do it, and I'll take care of everything. I'll go there. I'll wait for the person, have them call me. So I remember I was sitting in the nail salon. I got the call. I was in the middle of getting my nails done. They hadn't even started my toes yet. So I said, okay, I have to take care of something, because my word is everything. If I tell someone I'm going to do something, I make sure I do it. You know, that's the thing. You have to stick by what you say you're going to do. That's how you become dependable. So I tell the nailtician, you know what, are we at a point where we can stop? I just have to go run and take care of this, and I'll be right back. It's down the street. Nailtician said, fine. Okay. So I leave, I go meet the person, we get the locks changed, take care of everything's situated. I've lost about 40 minutes of time. And mind you, when I planned this time that I have, this limited time constraint that I had, I gave myself even a little bit more time so I would not feel rushed. I would be able to get to the airport. I took into account traffic, all of that. I've lost 40 minutes. So I go back to the nail salon, I finish my nails, but now there's no room for my toes to get done. And I'm just like, this is what I wanted to do for me, right? I wanted to do these things for me. Are they necessities? Is it important for someone else? Am I going to, is something going to happen if I don't get my nails and my toes done? No, but I wanted this for me, because for me, the majority of my time had already been spent taking care of everyone else wanted something for them, right? But I wanted this for me. So anyway, I've lost about an hour now. And I get there, I'm like, listen, instead of doing this part, okay, for the toes, let's just do the basic. So now I've taken for myself. I had a set plan of what I wanted, why I wanted it, and now I have to sacrifice what I want because I'm trying to be there for someone else, which is fine sometimes. It's okay to sacrifice in friendships and relationships. It's okay. So I get the basic done. And at this point, I'm reaching the time where it's going to be traffic now. It's definitely going to be traffic. and I have to make this flight. I cannot miss this flight. So I get to the airport, and I can't even. I get to the airport. I run into some issues with the airport. Okay, I'm in security. It's just, I missed the flight. And now I have to figure out a way to pay for or get another flight going out to Colombia. Like now. I'm at the airport now. So I need to, and in my mind, I'm like, I need to leave now, today. I need to figure this out. So I try to figure it out. I have to transfer money from here to here. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is so frustrating. But I brought that on myself, right? Because I was not considerate of my own time. If I'm not considerate of my time, I cannot expect others to be considerate of my time. So I took my time for granted. I should have said, no, I can't do it. And you know what? You know what the clincher is to this story? After all of that, right? After all of that sacrificing my time and taking my time for granted to overextend myself for someone else, guess what? The reason that the locks were changed no longer became a reason, because then the locks were changed to prevent people from coming in, right? Certain people from coming in. And come to find out, the person was let in again. So everything that I did, all of what I went through that day, all of the stress, all of the annoyance and aggravation and extra money spent, all of these things that I went through by myself, I orchestrated. I was an orchestrator. I took my time for granted. So I'm allowing myself to be vulnerable and share this story with you so you can relate to it and think about, are you taking your time for granted? Because what someone else does with that time, they didn't spend the time, they just delegated, right? Whatever they were doing, they used their time for what they used it for. They delegated to you, and you took on the challenge, right? But it wasn't, could you say no? You knew you had a flight. They knew you had a flight. But if you don't make your time a priority, if it's not important to you, what makes you think it will be important to someone else? So you can feel however you want to feel about wasting your time, right? As long as you are looking in the mirror and saying, you wasted your time. I wasted my time. I was in control of my time, and I decided to waste it. And over the course of my journey, there are so many times where I took it for granted. I wasted time doing this for this part, and I have no one to blame but myself. So at this point in my life, I'm not taking my time for granted. I'm up, it's about 6 in the morning. I've been up since about 4 this morning, getting my time back, working overtime to get my time back. All the 24 hours of days and weeks and months and years that I wasted, right? That I took my time for granted. Now I have to work overtime to get it back. And I'm okay with that. But I will tell you that if you are overextending yourself, and you are taking your time for granted, and you are being inconsiderate of your time, what you need, do not expect anyone else to hold it as a priority. Don't expect it. Stop doing that now. Stop doing that now. Focus on you, and that's all you can control. You. Be in control of your time and focus your time on the things that are going to be beneficial to you. Then, only then, if you have time left over, then you can think about others. Then you have the capacity to extend yourself. Other than that, you got to say no. Just say no. I can't do it. And some people will understand because they too, they consider their time as a priority. So they'll get it. And for those that don't get it, it's okay. Because at the end of the day, I was the one that missed the flight. I was the one that had to pay for the flight. But it was my choice to do that when I knew I had a time constraint. So that's all I have for you. And I'm out.